What if the future is actually about going back to the basics? Meet the 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata, a car that has built its reputation around one simple idea. Driving should be fun. The Miata has never needed to be the fastest car on the road. Instead, it has focused on something many modern performance cars. Today, we're taking a closer look at what we could expect from the 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata, including its exterior design, interior, performance, engine possibilities, technology, expected pricing, and the biggest risks Mazda could face with this legendary roadster. So, let's get started. From the first glance, the 2027 MX-5 Miata is expected to remain faithful to the philosophy that has made this car so recognizable. The Miata doesn't need to look aggressive simply for the sake of looking aggressive. A low hood, short overhangs, compact body, rear-wheel drive proportions, and a cabin position toward the back create the classic sports car silhouette. For 2027, Mazda could take this familiar formula and give it a more modern interpretation. Imagine a sharper front fascia with slimmer LED headlights, a wider but still compact grille opening, and a more sculpted bumper. The side profile could remain one of its strongest design elements. The long hood and short rear deck would immediately communicate that this is a traditional driver's car. New wheel designs, sharper character lines, redesigned mirrors, and more aerodynamic bodywork could give the 2027 model a fresh appearance without destroying its identity. At the rear, expect Mazda's designers to continue with compact proportions and distinctive lighting. Rather than adding massive spoilers or unnecessary vents, the Miata could rely on clean surfaces and carefully shaped bodywork. A heavier sports car may produce more power, but it can lose some of the responsiveness that makes a lightweight roadster special. Now let's step inside. The interior of the 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata is where Mazda will face one of its biggest challenges. Modern buyers expect technology. They want digital displays, smartphone connectivity, advanced driver assistance, premium materials, and sophisticated infotainment. So Mazda needs to add technology without turning the cockpit into a complicated digital lounge. The steering wheel would remain one of the most important parts of the interior. Behind it, Mazda could introduce a more advanced digital instrument display while still keeping the information easy to read. A central infotainment screen could provide navigation, audio, smartphone connectivity, and vehicle information. Technology could become one of the biggest changes for the 2027 model. Modern safety regulations are becoming increasingly demanding, and Mazda will likely need to equip the Miata with a broader range of driver assistance systems. Potential features could include improved automatic emergency braking, lane-related assistance, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, parking assistance, and upgraded camera systems. Now we get to the part that enthusiasts are waiting for: the engine. The 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata's powertrain is one of the biggest question marks because Mazda has to balance performance, emissions regulations, efficiency, cost, and weight. For the 2027 model, Mazda could potentially continue with a compact four-cylinder engine, possibly with updated efficiency technology and improved performance. And here's the thing: the Miata doesn't need 400 horsepower. It doesn't even need 300 horsepower. The magic of this car comes from how much fun it can deliver without huge numbers. Now let's talk about money. The Miata has historically occupied an interesting position because it offers genuine sports car characteristics without the price tag associated with many high-performance cars. For the 2027 model, pricing will depend heavily on the final powertrain, technology, safety equipment, materials, and market. An entry-level version could potentially remain in the affordable sports car category, while higher trims with additional equipment could push the price significantly higher. A reasonable expectation would be for the starting price to remain around the upper $20,000 to mid $30,000 range in the US market, depending on Mazda's final strategy. So, is the 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata worth getting excited about? Absolutely, especially if Mazda can resist the temptation to make it too heavy, too complicated, or too expensive. The exterior could become sharper while preserving the classic Miata proportions. The interior could receive modern technology without losing its driver-focused character. The engine could deliver improved efficiency and performance while maintaining the responsive character enthusiasts love. And the chassis could continue to prioritize balance rather than raw power. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look at the 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more upcoming car news, reviews, and automotive predictions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.